You're listening to UCW Radio. In your face.
What we got here is a failure to communicate.
Oh, have I got your attention now?
For lack of a better word, is good.
You know what I mean?
Money to be made in a place like this. Money never sleeps, pal.
You're crazy.
You know what it takes to sell real estate?
It takes brass.
I'm falling, and I can't get up.
All right, welcome to Money Never Sleeps, the show where we talk about anything and everything that impacts the flow of money from around the corner to around the world. And happy Titan Tuesday, everyone. I hope that your week kicked off on a right note. And Monday was fantastic, and you're going to make today even better. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at Velazquez. You'll get a front row seat to my insight, rants, personal endeavors, see some of the people I communicate with, and interesting people, inspirational people, motivational people, and the insight they give, especially the ones in finance, will serve you well. Trust me on that. You can listen to Money Never Sleeps radio right now on, and this is what we're expanding, on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google Play Music, Player FM, and many more that I'm not going to rattle off, but the bottom line is you have a lot of different ways to listen to the show, and we're doing a lot of different things to expand the reach of the show. So stay tuned for that as well. Now I want to talk about, chip makers, chips, cloud computing, that arena. It's the future. If you wanted a foothold into the future, then you need to look at these sectors. There's no question. You need to look at chip makers. You need to look at cloud computing. These are key. Okay. You have the end users or the end makers of the products, but the companies that are actually allowing these things to happen, these are the companies you want to look at. Chip makers involved in the artificial intelligence space, smart technologies. Those are the companies you want to keep an eye on. If they slip back, look, they provide a real good not an early, but a really good entry point. And these chips, the interesting part about it, just to give you a little rundown of it, the chip makers, they create these chips. These chips power cloud computing companies. So with Google and Facebook, all this stuff, you can't go and do these things without the chips. That's the key thing. All right. A lot of people are under the impression recently, I guess because news was out, that people were touting that the chip makers that are creating chips for mining, for crypto, these are the ones that are going to fly. No. Not going to happen. Okay. That's a mistake. Okay. The chip makers that are involved in AI, that's what you want to look at. That's the future, okay, because I believe in cryptocurrency, all the mining and everything, the computing power and the electric power it takes to mine a Bitcoin is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It can power a city block, okay, and I think that all that mining, it's there for a reason. It's there for a reason, and it keeps, It gives people incentive to monitor the network, but there are other ways of going about this, and I think mining is going to kind of like slip, especially as a lot of these cryptocurrencies kind of fall by the wayside. Okay, now going back into the chip makers and with cloud computing anyway. So these chips, they power the cloud computing companies, and these cloud computing companies that are involved in AI and artificial intelligence and robotics, they need to be on the radar. There's no question, because that's going to allow for all this stuff to actually work out nicely. Okay, we all use the cloud in one way or another, and when you have robotics and things like that, sharing that information quickly, it has to be done in the cloud. So. You look at Tesla. I'm pretty sure that they have things in the car, but they also they have things that are cloud based. Okay, there's no getting around it. It just makes things easier, and honestly, it can make things a lot more secure as they're securing these networks with various cryptography, cybersecurity. So anyway, you have to look at, I'm not going to give you a list of those companies, but you have to, just look at those companies that are involved in that arena. NVIDIA, a chip maker, they are providing the foundation for this stuff to happen in the cloud. They are the backbone, if you will, for artificial intelligence. Because without the chips, did you ever see Terminator? And they took the chip out, or you saw the Matrix, they plugged in. You have chips going on there. So the bottom line is, without the chip, nothing works. Okay, and these things are getting smaller and smaller and stronger, more powerful. It's going to be an interesting road, especially as robotics and these learning machines continue to learn. Okay, it's going to be interesting, and I wouldn't be shocked if if we see some animatrons that are out there that look like real people, and then we kind of have a Terminator moment. Yeah. All right, we'll see. Anyway, let's move on. AI, okay, spans across all industries, and there are companies that are leading the way. On the research end, you have the usual suspects, such as Google, Google's DeepMind. They're probably on top of the list. They're doing a lot of interesting things. Facebook is involved in AI, Apple, Microsoft, and IBM. These companies, they're building real-world applications across all sectors, and that's the difference. These are real-world. They're being utilized. They're innovating and evolving this arena that will be a continual evolution process for decades. I don't think there's going to be any end to it. I think there'll always be that next thing. Some companies focus on specific sectors that are incorporating AI into the development, include such companies as Babylon. It's a UK-based company. They're involved in the healthcare sector, and that's going to be big, healthcare. Okay, it's going to allow you to have your medical records, everything in the cloud. See how the cloud gets involved here? Brain Corporation, they're a U.S.-based company. They're involved in robotics. Again, robotics can also go across all sectors, from manufacturing to the medical field. Algolia is another U.S.-based company, and they're involved in enterprise AI. And again, you can have a big company, and you have learning machines that just, help your company to evolve. Okay, Casetext is a U.S.-based company, and it's interesting. They're involved in legal technology. Okay, and that's interesting because, if you have AI involved in legal, okay, I wonder where they're going with that. Maybe you'll have a robotic, robotic representation in the courtroom. That can be. Who knows? Maybe it's going to eliminate research, which interns are going to have issues, and people that are looking to become lawyers may not have an opportunity. Anyway, that's Casetext, all right? Cambricon, it's a China-based company, and they make the hardware for AI. That's self-explanatory. Cerebra Systems, another U.S.-based company. Again, hardware for AI. I didn't want to have a China-based and not a U.S.-based company, but they're on the same level. Megahoot, U.S.-based company involved in cybersecurity. Cybereason, a U.S.-based company, again, involved in cybersecurity. Drive AI, U.S.-based company involved in auto technology, and that's going to be big. That's what you see, with autonomous driving and so on and so forth. And just, again, learning machines. Got to learn. Flatiron Health and Freenome, two U.S.-based companies involved in healthcare, and the healthcare sector is going to be big. I'm telling you, because it's gonna save insurance companies so much money, and they're going to be able to give healthcare as opposed to paying for nonsense. All right, and give people the healthcare that they need. Okay, and artificial intelligence will play a role in it, believe it or not. Numerize, a U.S.-based company that's involved in fintech, and look, financial technology is important, and that's that. It's important. You got to, the security, the safety, and just having the learning machines there to make it more efficient is going to be key. And again, cost savings. Shift Technology is a French-based company involved in cybersecurity. And the last one that I have on this list is Twiggle. It's an Israel-based company involved in commerce. Okay, and I'm not going to get too much into that with Twiggle. But I want to shift, and I want to talk about, well, before I go on to the next subject, just understand artificial intelligence. This is the way to go, because this is the future. Same way when, you had social media, and it's an evolution. Social media is just one step in many steps that are going to come about, because you're going to have Facebook, Twitter, the main companies involved in social media. They're going to be the next generation of AI deals going on. I'm telling you, just keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on the whole sector. All right, now shifting. I want to talk about Africa for the rest of today's show. I don't know if you've been there, you'll understand what I'm saying. If you haven't, just open up a book, go online, do some due diligence. But it's one of the largest, if not the largest continent in the world. Okay, with the most natural resources, bar none. However, the continent itself is segregated into so many different countries. And the level of corruption is ridiculous in a lot of these countries, okay? Really ridiculous. That holds the countries back from doing and from growing and being what they should be. You got to take care of your people. Not taking care of your people, they're not going to take care of you. And so, look, it's difficult for them to band together to benefit from their strengths. And it's a sad state of affairs. But I think what's going to happen is something interesting. Something very interesting in Africa is going to happen soon. So with that said, the one country in Africa that we'll see, in my opinion, will see the most growth and probably be the New York City of Africa will be Ghana. I said it, Ghana. Okay, write that down. The reasons are as follows. They have a new and younger administration in place, and that are looking to do things differently. They're seeking innovation, growth, job creation, and becoming not only a tourist destination for all of Africa, but also to be the center of commerce. Again, looking to be the New York City of Africa. They're looking to be the place where business is done with the latest technology in place, growing the Ghana Stock Exchange to benefit from the global trading that's ongoing. Okay, incorporate smart technologies into the main city of Accra, and opening the doors for serious global business. And they have that potential. They'll wind up being, or could be, such a powerhouse. I'm not going to say could be. I'm going to say they will be. They will be such a powerhouse in Africa that they will be that path to everything. And that may band these countries together. Ghana is my pick for the country that will shine bright in the emerging market sector in the next few years. Opportunities will come about, and they will end the days of giving away their natural resources to China for pennies on the dollar. And I'm saying that because a lot of people don't know that China goes in there and they pretty much rob the country, all these countries, of their natural resources, pay off the politicians, and take what they want. Okay, bringing in shoddy machines for mining and so on and so forth, and they just take what they want. And that's what's been happening there, in Ghana as well. And that will all come to a halt soon. I'm telling you, that's going to come to a halt. They're going to stop it because they're looking to do real things, real business. The CD has been at record lows, there's no question. But again, I see all this stuff changing in the near future. So, there's a lot of growth potential in the country, and I believe that a lot of things are going to happen there that are going to show such progress that the world will not be able to ignore it. They will not be able to. Ghana is the gateway to real business in Africa. And that's it. Okay, so, I mean, do your research. Do your research. I'm not telling you to invest in companies there. I'm just telling you what's going to wind up happening. Okay, and it's overdue. It's overdue. I can't stress that enough. But now you have the right administration in place, that they don't have their hand out looking for a payoff. That their payoff is doing for the people. Okay, they're doing for the people. And then they're getting the people involved, and they're going to do a lot of great things there. This is my belief. And that's about it for this Tuesday. Remember, you can listen to us on iTunes, Google Play Music, Stitcher, TuneIn, and Player FM, and a whole bunch of other places where you can listen to Money Never Sleeps. So thanks for listening, and we'll be back with you tomorrow for the next segment of Money Never Sleeps Radio. And to hear other segments, you can go to moneyneversleepsradio.com and listen to your heart's content. You guys have a fantastic day, and make it a profitable day. Go make some profitable trades, do that, and we'll be back with you tomorrow. Thanks.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
You're listening to UCW Radio in your face.
What is your major malfunction?
So let it be written. So let it be done.
Ladies and gentlemen, my mother thanks you, my father thanks you, my sister thanks you, and I thank you.
All opinions expressed by Luis Velazquez on the Money Never Sleeps radio show and its website are solely his opinions and do not reflect the opinions of the UCW radio show or their parent company or affiliates, and may have been previously disseminated by him on television, radio, internet, or another medium. You should not treat any opinion expressed by him as a specific inducement to make a particular investment or follow a particular strategy, but only as an expression of his opinion. His opinions are based upon information he considers to be reliable, but neither the UCW radio show nor its affiliates, parent companies, and or subsidiaries warrant its completeness or accuracy, and it should not be relied upon as such. The UCW radio show, Luis Velazquez, its affiliates, parent companies, and or subsidiaries are not under any obligation to update or correct any information provided on the radio show or on the website. His statements and opinions are subject to change without notice. No part of his compensation from the UCW radio show is related to the specific opinions he expresses. Please read the full disclaimer on MoneyNeverSleepsRadio.com.